Hey, what's up everybody, it's Scott and today I'm doing a review on Portals 2 Peabody. So right off back, I picked this guy up because he is freaking awesome. I love the game. It was so freaking tight just having to use a portal gun, going through portals, having to solve stuff. It was just freaking sweet. But without further ado, let's get into this review. Okay guys, so here is Peabody out of packaging and this guy looks freaking tight. There's some articulation there and then there are some kind of hard points, but you can get past them. So basically, I'm just gonna get into detailing first. Okay, so here is Peabody and he looks freaking amazing. They did some nice, he really looks like a robot, some nice whites in there, and it just looks really futuristic with the pinstriping and the wiring. It just looks really nice to me. So basically, just a nice white, black, and some, I guess you could say, yellowish if you want, or not. And then they gave him this nice little eyeball piece right there, which I will show you later, that lights up. So yeah, you guys can see, all the little wiring they had right there, and that's real cool. And then on the back, there's some, just everything all around, just wiring. Looks really very much similar to the character in the game. I don't know if you guys really seen the character in the game or not, but I'm pretty sure there was one time where you saw him. And yeah, this is just really nice. Like, I'm looking at it and I like how they did it. They didn't make it too top heavy to where it couldn't stand up, and they just did a good job on everywhere. And it's just really nice. If you guys can see his portal gun actually right there, that's pretty cool, and we'll get into that later, but I'm just giving you guys a quick overview, and you guys can see his little nice robotic hands with the nice white and black on there, so that's pretty cool, and his arms and that blue right there, so that's pretty cool. And it's just really nice with his antenna in the back, and yeah, just really nice. So I'm just giving you guys a whole little overview over to this figure, and that's pretty cool. If you guys can see all this, and just that nice little eyepiece right there is really nice too. And the wiring, again, the wiring is actually some type of soft rubber that they used, so that's pretty cool. And it doesn't seem like it will break either, by the way, so it is kind of pullable on both sides actually on the arm, so that's okay. So time for some articulation, but first I'm gonna have to take his gun out of his hand, and he actually grips his gun pretty nicely. You have to really shimmy it in there, and it's just pretty good. They did, I'll just get into it though, they did some good work on the hands too, by the way. So basically, for articulation, his hands can actually, or arm joints can go 360. They can't really go across, but there is some movement right there, so that's pretty cool. And that's actually with both sides, and they're pretty stiff right now because I just picked them up out of packaging. And yeah, so basically they only can go 360 rotation right there, and then if you go even lower, it bends at the elbow, so that's pretty cool. And actually goes pretty far up, goes down and goes up, and there isn't no side to side motion with that, so it's not a big deal because once you get further down, there is some articulation in his wrist, so that's pretty cool. Or it can go in and out, and it's kind of on a ball joint basically, but it is kind of hindered because he has a little piece of plastic right there, if you guys can kind of see, and it kind of blocks into the forearm piece to where he can't really go out, but he can go a lot of in. And then when you get into his hand, it is actually what I was trying to talk to you guys about. When you get into his hand, you guys can actually there's like this thumb piece right here is actually on a ball joint, so that's pretty cool. So actually can move up and down and go in and out, and hold his gun, so that's pretty cool. That's what I was talking about when they said they did a good job on his hands. And yeah, just overall articulation is pretty cool. 360 in the arms, and then if you go to the other side, 360 again. I'm just loving this little bar effect and all the little rigging right there they did right there. That's pretty cool. And this wire just sold it for me. And then again, he does bend at the elbow right here, and can have his arm straight out, and that's pretty cool. And then again, his hands can actually go, on a little ball joint, can go 360 if you wanted it to. And then but it is, still hindered by this little plastic piece, which kind of sucks. And then that's pretty cool. And then for the thumb piece, again, it is on a ball joint, kind of. Mine is kind of stiff right now, but it is on a ball joint, so he can hold the gun and open up his hand pretty widely, so that's pretty cool to actually mount the gun in his hand and hold it with the other hand, so that's pretty cool. And then as you get lower to the abdomen area, he can actually look down, but there is no side to side motion, it's only back and down, so nothing really, not too much of a big deal, but it is, I guess some people might want him to be able to turn, but it's not a big deal. to me it's not a big deal. And then for the legs, they do have some articulation where you can kind of go side to side. With this side, you can kind of go a little bit side to side, and then with the other side, you can kind of go side to side. But for up and down motion, I don't really feel any of it right there. I'm actually trying my hardest right now for it to go up and down, but I don't really feel it or sense any of that right there. Right here, his leg seems to be going up, but I don't know if that's how it's supposed to do or if I'm forcing it. I don't want to break the guy, and you know, it's not really going up and down, so yeah, I'm not gonna force it. I guess he can sit down. I'm kind of looking around to see if he can, but right now, you know, there is some up and down motion in this leg, maybe because the other one is probably stiff from packaging, but you know, I don't really see any point of him sitting down because he's mostly walking around the game. But if you get lower into this figure, he does bend at the knee, so that's pretty cool. And I like this little effect that they did, if you guys can see this. You know, with the leg joint, there's like hydraulics, so that's pretty cool. Like, it actually moves, so that's pretty cool. And you guys can see all that cool little wiring in there. So he does bend at the knee, and that's pretty cool. Not double jointed, but hey, you don't need a double jointed robot because this guy is just looking purely awesome with the design they did for this guy. And then if you get even lower, you guys can see some more of that robotic look right there in his leg, and that's pretty nice. And then that wiring and a little hydraulics or whatever right there. And his foot is kind of on a up and down motion, so I'll say swivel maybe. But you know, the front parts is individual, so he has his own little front toe piece joint right there, so that's pretty cool. I'll just focus that for you guys. So he does have that own little joint right there, so where he can you know, bend the toe front and actually bend the ankle back and forth. And yeah, that's pretty cool. And then on the other leg, as I was saying, you know, I didn't really see any you know, point of him sitting down, but he does have some hydraulic system right here, so that's pretty cool, where he can go up and down and whatnot. And then he does bend at the knee, so that's pretty cool. And you guys can see that nice little robot effect that they did right there, so that's pretty cool. And then again with the foot up, back and forth motion, and then, you know, some articulation in the toes, and that's pretty cool. Okay, and now let's get into his weapon. His weapon, the portal gun, it looks freaking amazing. I'm gonna actually bring it closer to you guys so you guys can see this. So here's the portal gun, and it's really, really nice. I have that nice little orangish yellow pinstripe with the little red down the middle. It's actually showing up pink, but you know, it is red, guys. And the cool little thing about this is, you know, they put a lot of detail in it, and they put that little button on there, which I will show you guys. So you guys can see this. It looks pretty awesome. And the cool part about this, if you press this button, boom, you guys can turn on this little LED light, which actually turns on the gun, and you guys just press that down and it actually can stay on. Or if you want, you actually can undo that and just tap it a little bit to make it, you know, turn back on. If you guys want a better look at this, I'll turn off the lights right now. Alright guys, so the lights are off. You guys can barely see anything. So anyways, that was the light. So here's the light all the way on, and you guys can see it's a very, very bright LED light. You guys can see Peabody still right there. And yeah, this light is really, really bright, and you guys, you know, it's, you know, they put a nice LED in it, and you know, you guys can turn it on, turn it off, and it's just kind of so scary because I'm in a dark room by myself with this red light flashing in front of me, so I'm so scared. But yeah, that is pretty cool. And okay, here again is Peabody, and another cool little gimmick that they did with this guy is, I want to show you this thing. So basically, I'd rather have him hold his gun when I show you this. So basically, you can actually open up his hand again, slide in his gun like so. If we can get this gun in there. He has like some nice strong fit hands, so you actually put that in there, bring his arm across, and then actually get this right here and somehow make him hold it. I don't know how we're gonna do this, but we're gonna make him hold his gun. So bam, it doesn't really work that good, but I'm trying to get it in there. So I don't know why he won't hold his gun. He was holding it before. All right, there we go. So basically, we can have him holding his gun, ready to go into action. You know, popped out again. Oh well. But basically, we can have him holding his gun again, and you know, looking freaking amazingly awesome, and just looking really, really awesome. So if you guys want, you guys can actually turn this guy around, and there is a button right here, up there, my bad, and you can actually press out and it will activate his LED light, which looks freaking awesome too. So boom, he has this nice yellow light, and then he has a nice little red light. And then if you guys want to see this, we could turn off the lights real quick so you guys can see that just a little bit better. I won't turn them all the way off on you guys this time, but yeah, you guys can see this. and boom, he has that nice red and yellow LED light, red in his gun and yellow in his eye, and that just looks amazing. If you guys want a close-up, I shall show you a close-up. So yeah, guys, they did a freaking amazing job on that. Like, look, it just looks so real, and I'm so freaking happy I picked up this guy. It's just amazing. Like, just looking at this, I'm happy I picked him up. And yeah, just look at all the detail on him. I'm getting back into detail too, by the way. And yeah, you guys can just see how the nice LED light folds up, the nice little roboticness they did to that. It's just freaking nice. And then his nice little portal gun. Oh, just amazing. I'm just loving this. Like, no just paint messes up or anything. You guys can see his leg again, so that's pretty cool. And his foot, and then the other leg, which is pretty cool. That's pretty nice. And then just freaking amazing. So yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this review of P-Body. He looks freaking awesome. If I had to say so myself, go pick this guy up. I'm happy I did. I'm happy I had the chance to even obtain this guy. So thank you, guys. Don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, and be waiting for our Atlas review because he will be up next.